So I finally did it. It took some time, but I finally remembered the login information for what I'm pretty sure is my first RuneScape account that I ever created. I'm like 95% sure that this is the first account that I ever created, and it took me a couple of years to remember the username. It was more because the original name had a bunch of numbers at the end of it, and I just couldn't remember the number pattern or whatever. I don't know if it'd be a number pattern, but I just couldn't remember the numbers, and I finally did. So yeah, I logged in. This is just a footage of me logging in, and I'm just resetting the character name, obviously, to just, it's literally going to be my last name with a bunch of numbers is just what I set it to, because I have no idea what else to set it to. After setting this name, I realized I probably could have, or I should have chose something potentially cooler, because I think if I ever play RS3, I might log into this account to use it. Like, I might play RS3 on this account just because it's basically a brand new account. You can see there it's long combat level 35, and there's like basically no stats whatsoever on it. So it would be kind of cool to just play RS3 on this account, because it is such an old account. And yeah, I'm pretty happy that I found it. I honestly didn't think I was ever going to. Thankfully, I remembered the name and the username, or the login name, and the password. And like I said, it took some time. Probably took, honestly, I want to say like trial and error for upwards of 2 years. I have no idea how I finally remembered. But anyway, yeah, here, this isn't live or anything. I'm just doing a commentary over the footage that I recorded as I got into it. So yeah, I was just kind of looking through and just seeing some of the stuff that I had. It's honestly nothing, and this is my first time logging into RS3 in a long time as well, so the whole thing is kind of a bit different for me. Just realizing now that I can't do the home Lumbridge teleport, which I didn't know. I guess you have to activate or something. You have to activate the portals, or the teleport portals or whatever. So I'm just going to run to Lumbridge, because once I'm in Lumbridge, I'm going to go talk to, I think his name is Han, and he tells you how old your account is, like how many days old your account is. So I was just curious to go see what that was, so I could obviously see the exact date that I made the account and started playing RuneScape, as well as get the 15-year veteran cape, which is just crazy. Like, well, I guess it's not that crazy. I'm sure there are a ton of people who have it, especially at this point, because I feel like most people who play RuneScape are probably in their mid to late 20s now anyway. But I guess just by saying that I know I can get the 15-year cape, you know that the account is at least 15 years old. But in the video, I'll show you how old it is exactly, just at least what I think is exactly, like roughly. It'll be within a day or two, just because it tells me exactly how many days prior the account was made. So I literally just went on Google and just, typed in how many days ago was this specific day, and then Google just tells me. So after running around the Lumbridge Castle for a little bit, it actually took way longer than it should have, and the recording is like a couple of minutes because I kept going in circles and I couldn't find him. I found him though, and I was able to ask him essentially the obvious question of how old am I, or how old is the account. And I have spent 1 day, 20 hours on the account only, and it's 5,536 days old, which, if according to Google, 5,536 days ago was Sunday, January 29th, 2006. Now, I actually recorded this footage like a day or two ago, so the account's probably up to more like 538 or 5,538 days by now. But yeah, no matter what, that date obviously isn't going to change. So this account was created January 29th, 2006. Pretty crazy, I think. I think that's incredible, which makes the account just over 15 years old at this point. So I can, on this account, buy the 15-year veteran cape. Obviously, I don't have 150k on this account, so what I did is I logged into an older account, or I have many old RS3 accounts that do have more than enough money just to trade over to get this account the 15-year veteran cape. So I just logged into another old RS3 account and traded over 150k, and this is actually kind of funny here. It took me, like, I don't know what it is or if it's just me, but I will run around this Lumbridge Castle like multiple times before I find I think it's Han, right? Is how you pronounce his name? Han or Han? I honestly don't know. But I'll run around this castle. In this video footage, I ran around it a couple times before I actually found him. I don't know why I have such difficulty finding him. It's the same in OSRS as well. I finally found him, and I was able to talk to him and get the 15-year veteran cape, which honestly is pretty cool. Like, obviously it's not necessarily a skillful achievement, it's just having access to a really old account, which is always cool. It's a really cool cape. I honestly didn't expect it, and once you start walking, which I'm sure I'll do here in a second, the flames actually like leave a really long trail, which is like, yeah, right there, you can see it there. That's really cool, I think. I don't know how common it is in RS3 to see these 15-year veteran capes. I'm sure it's relatively common, but The only cape you could have longer would be a 20-year veteran cape. Do those even exist? They must. Yeah, RuneScape's 20 years old, right? Yeah, so I just checked. It was released January 4th, 2001. So yeah, RuneScape is over 20 years old now. So anybody who has a 20-year veteran cape would be like, that account would have had to have been created within like the first few months of the game existing. So that must be like really rare. But this cape, I don't know. I feel like it's relatively rare. I mean, having an account or having access to an account for 15 years is pretty cool. And I think if I ever play RS3, I likely will use this account because it's kind of nice to have that cape. But anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I just thought it was kind of interesting and cool, and I don't know, I'm just happy that I was able to get access to my original account. And then once on the account, I was able to reset the name to a name that is much easier to remember than the original account name, which was just ridiculous. It was a bunch of numbers. I don't know why I did that as a kid. It just had so many numbers in it that it was just so hard for me to remember this number combination that I had set for it. Anyway, yeah, I just thought it was cool. I've been wanting to access this account for a few years now, and I'm happy that I was finally able to, and I was able to recover it and hopefully one day start using it again. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoy RuneScape content, please feel free to like and subscribe, and also check out my channel. I am currently doing an old school RuneScape progression series, and I also do just other RuneScape videos and stuff like that. So if you enjoy that type of content, please subscribe to the channel. That'd be really cool, and thank you so much for watching.